we're going to look at whether or not an equation is proportional, and if it is, what its constant of proportionality is. This is a very straightforward definition of proportional. It means that the line or the graph created by the equation must go through the point 0, 0, must go through the origin. And from there, we're going to look at its proportionality or its slope. So in both of these, if I were to graph the equation, I would see that when x equals 0, and if I plug in 0 right here, then anything times 0 is 0. This would cancel out, and I would be left with y equals positive 4. Well, at x equals 0, y equals positive 4. It does not go through, the line of this graph does not go through 0, 0, the origin. Therefore, this equation is not proportional. Now, in our next equation, we're going to do the exact same thing. Let's look at a graph of the equation. If I were to replace the x with a 0, then y equals negative 4 times 0, or 0. And therefore, my first point would be the origin. The next piece that I'm going to look at, since I do have an origin point, the next thing I need to look at is to see what its proportional rate is, or its slope. I look to the coefficient of the x variable, which in this case is the number in front of the x, or negative 4. Now, I do want slope, or the constant of proportionality, right here, k, and that is going to be my rise over run. How much do I rise or fall, and how much do I run for each 1 point I go up on my x-axis? So if x were to become a 1, then I would have y equals negative 4 times 1, or y equals negative 4. And I could plot that on a graph right about there and connect the points. And that would be my line. All right, so in looking at the constant of proportionality, this is a rise or fall in this case of negative 4 over a run of 1. I fell 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I ran 1. So my constant of proportionality is negative 4.